Hello, hello, I'm the official name rater. My job is to look through the first page of Google, review the nicknames provided by the internet, and then give my recommendations at the end. Today we're looking at probably everyone's least favorite Pokemon because, well, they had a hard time in Gold and Silver, and that's Whitney's Miltank. Dairy Queen's actually really clever. I'm fine with that. We have seen nicknames based off like restaurants before. Like the most notable one I can think of was like Outback for Toros, and I'm pretty sure we've probably seen KFC or something like that for Moltres. Yeah, it's fine. It works perfectly well because cow, dairy, it makes fucking sense. It's a good idea. So I'm okay with food-based nicknames, and smoothie kind of falls under that, but I don't necessarily know if I would say Miltank's the best idea for it. And even then, I'm not even sure what kind of Pokemon Smoothie would fit. It's not a bad nickname, it's just I'm on the fence about it. I'm now expecting to see Got Milk about 100 times. I don't particularly have anything to say about it other than that. Can someone explain the origin for Bessie for me? Because I've never understood it. Like, I know that's been like a thing, but I don't know why. Who originated Bessie? Lon Milk, if you want to, there's that, I suppose. It's fine. There's not too much extra to say about it. I'm only going to acknowledge this one just because it was canon in Silver, where you Moo sick, feed berries to make Moo better, and then you get a TM for it. I think it's a crap nickname, but if you want to reference that, that's fine. Said in previous episodes, totally fine if you want to name a Pokemon. Signature Pokemon after its trainer, or trainer Pokemon after its signature trainer, whatever, that thing. If you want to do that, that's totally fine. Alternatively, we've also talked about naming them after the city, so if you wanted to name it Goldenrod, that's fine too. Romani is also an interesting, in my opinion, going to be better alternative than Lon, just because Lon Ranch is the more popular one, and then Romani, Cremia, they're the more obscure ones because Majora is just the one and done thing, and that's it. So I like that one a little bit better, plus it also just, in my opinion, sounds better. But either one works totally fine. Who the hell is Kellis? You know, I've known about that song, the milkshake thing, for like years, but I never know who sang it, so I learned something today. Congratulations, your song is more important than your actual name. It's eluded me for years. These three I like. These three are kind of clever. They're just milk jokes and that's it. I've deliberately ignored any and all jokes involving the word utter because they're utterly fucking retarded, and I don't care about them. But these three are at least decent. Cool, so we've seen basically milkshake referenced a bunch of times already, so there's nothing to talk about there. Creamoo is no. Moo I already talked about, and technically we saw as well. And then Dairy Mary is also no. So in case you didn't notice, there's actually two different types of cows, a dairy cow and a beef cow. Dairy cows don't get turned into hamburgers. At least I'm pretty sure about that. But, you tried, I guess. Half pint also kind of works in the same way that the other half-gallon low-fat skim jokes. Vanilla, don't really care, but it's dairy joke, so if you want it, there you go. Anyway, we reached the bottom. I'm not gonna lie, there was quite a few I just kind of skipped over because, again, either utter jokes or it was just naming, like, ice cream or milk, dairy-based products, basically. And it's like, you could go, if you can think of a dairy-based product, it'll probably work. That's basically all there is to it. Anyway, checking the spreadsheet. Okay, we already talked about Whitney. Whitney's totally acceptable. In a weird way, I kind of don't hate She-Devil. I don't really think it's good, but I don't hate it either. If you know it's bad, you probably shouldn't have submitted it, and then no one's going to think of that. They're going to think of New Jersey or Jersey Shore or some shit like that. That doesn't work. Don't fucking try something that's like so open-ended that it's going to leave people confused. That's bad. Anyway, just highlighting before we go over the recommendations. If you want to pick something based off a dairy product or whatever, that's fine. Yogurt, I saw frozen yogurt, or vanilla, or ice cream, or smoothie, or whatever the fuck, it's fine. It's nothing special, but like there is lots you could pull from it and go in that direction. I also think if you wanted to, you could name it outside of just Dairy Queen. You could do other ice cream restaurants as well, like let's say Cold Stone, Maggie Moose. There you go. It's perfect. Yeah, just stuff like that. Anyway, going over the recommendations or the things that I thought were good. I liked Lon Lon and Romani. Those were good and surprisingly not nearly as popular as I thought. And also, I didn't see Bessie. I think I saw Bessie one other time, and that was it. So that somehow didn't exist. I don't recommend it. I think it's a terrible name, but just the thought hit me. Whitney and Goldenrod are fine. Me personally, I named mine after a different restaurant because I used to work for a company called Postmates. I was the magic fairy who would call the restaurant and say, "Hey, Brad wants a cheeseburger," and then tell the driver. And one of the places that we would frequently call was a restaurant in California called Mendocino Farms. And during their hold time, they would always talk about, like, their product and how Mendocino cows are the best or whatever. And I don't know. It was just something really weird that, like, burned itself into my brain. And I didn't hate calling them. And as a result, I just figured naming Miltank Mendocino after them is kind of cool. And, you know, it's definitely different. And yeah, so that's my little souvenir, I guess, of working that job. But, yeah, that's it. So we found a fair bit of nicknames. It's open-ended. There's plenty you can go with. Yeah, if you got any ideas, put them in the comments below. Give a thumbs up to the ones that you think are good, and talk about Miltank, and I guess by proxy, other restaurants.